Camouflage uniforms have a long history of limited use in the United States. By the end of Vietnam, camouflage would be officially adopted for normal wear for field use, first by the Marine Corps and then in the 1980s by the United States Army and all the branches of our services. Depicted here are three of the more common camouflage patterns used in Vietnam. The first pattern used during the advisor stage was referred to as the duck hunter pattern. An example could be the hat that was sitting on the tiger stripe uniform. A lot of the duck hunter pattern camouflage was private purchase and could be purchased from places like Sears in the United States before going to Vietnam. This particular camouflage uniform was handmade by members of SOC RT teams. SOC stood for either Special Observation Group or Special Operation Group. RT was Recon Team. They took the normal third pattern jungle uniform issued to all American personnel, and they would modify it by moving the pockets around to add the pockets onto the sleeves. They would then take black paint and paint a camouflage pattern on the uniform. These teams would operate in Cambodia and Laos and were officially part of the CIA and not considered military personnel. Because of this covert operations, it was normal for these men to use enemy weapons, so if they got in firefights, their weapon sound would not give them away. The tiger stripe uniform was first exclusively used by South Vietnamese forces and then by American advisors assigned to advise South Vietnamese forces. However, as the Vietnam War escalated, the tiger stripe uniform became very popular for special operations personnel. This example was donated by a United States Army sniper assigned to the 25th Infantry Division. Below you could find a picture of him wearing it in South Vietnam, and he was very proud that they made his rifle to match the uniform. These items were normally very flimsy, and examples are very hard to find because they did not hold up well and normally ripped very easily. In the United States, officially adopted two camouflage uniforms made for use in Vietnam. Ironically, these two camouflage patterns, referred to as Ertl, green dominant or brown dominant, were first developed in 1945. The green dominant here was designed for the lowlands of Vietnam. The brown dominant version of Ertl was officially adopted by the United States Marine Corps in 1967 and would go on to become the basis for the P-81 pattern used by Marines in Lebanon, and ultimately the woodland pattern that would be adopted by all military forces of the United States in the 1980s. The brown dominant pattern was designed for the highlands of Vietnam. Also depicted, you could see the two helmets, one with the World War II pattern cover used by Marines. This helmet was reversible and had a green side and brown side that would be used when you're on an arid area or in a jungle area. These helmet covers were used by Marines early. However, as Vietnam escalated, the Mitchell pattern helmet cover, which also was reversible, would be eventually adopted by all military personnel in Vietnam.